want to talk about a hurdle that many of us beginner YouTubers are inevitably going to face at one point or another. And that is the point when you're growing your channel, you're growing your community, but you start to lose motivation to post. Either because you're not getting the results you hoped for, you're not getting the views you hoped for, or you're just tired and burnt out of posting every single day, and you lose slowly and slowly that motivation and that fire to continue to grow your channel, to continue to grow your community, and to post every day. Now, along my YouTube journey, it has been 3 months, and to be honest, I have gone through this already 1 or 2 times. You know, not every single day, not every week, but after a few weeks or a month, I would suddenly feel that kind of lapse, or I would feel that sudden kind of drop off or lapse in motivation. I wouldn't really feel like posting, and I would start to evaluate things like, is this even worth it? Am I going to succeed on here? Am I eventually going to grow this channel or not, right? So I know many of you watching this are probably just starting out yourselves, and you're going through this and you're like, what do? What I think, or I'm relatively certain I have found the solution for this. Because this idea or this kind of barrier is mostly mental, right? You have to defeat this challenge, this barrier in your mind first. It's not something you're going to act against first. What I tell myself whenever I'm going through this is I understand, or I tell myself to understand what motivation is and how it works. So I tell myself that motivation is something that is cyclical. It goes up and it goes down. I look back in my previous experiences or previous goals or things I worked towards, and I think when I was working towards that, there were points in time when I was super motivated, super fired up, and the motivation fell off, and then slowly I didn't kind of jump back up from that. I didn't continue to work or grind through that lapse in motivation until eventually the desire and everything just fell off and I wouldn't reach that goal. But I tell myself, and I try to understand that it's during these times when there's a drop off in motivation, when you don't feel like posting, that you need to push through it, because eventually motivation is going to come back, right? Like I said, it's cyclical. It goes up when you start out and then slowly goes down, goes down. If there's no novelty or there's nothing new happening, it's going to go down, go down, go down. But eventually, after time, something's going to happen. You might get a video that gets 100 views or whatever, and then that motivation is going to rise up, and then it goes down, down, down again, and then you get fired up again and it goes up. So realistically, all we need to do is get through those little periods of time, those small drop-offs of motivation, and realize and know and understand that eventually the motivation is going to go back up. But if we don't continue to work through that lapse in motivation, it is going to continue to go down, and so will the eventual results, and so will your progress towards that goal. You are never going to get to it, right? If you look at any goal that you set for yourself, look at it through a very large time span. Let's say 5 years, 6, up to 10 years, right? Of where you are now and where the final product or the final goal that you want to reach is. Do you realistically expect your motivation to be up, 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 rising through that whole period of 5 or 10 years? Or do you know and understand and expect your motivation to drop off? If you understand that during that time period your motivation is going to drop off, and all you need to do is work through that drop off, continue to work, because eventually it will go up and then drop off again until you eventually reach your goal. It is a cycle of ups and downs. If you understand that it is normal, it is completely normal for you to feel this way. However, you need to be a professional, because if you only show up, like I said many times, and like I learned from Atomic Habits, if you only show up when you feel like it, you are never going to be a professional. That person, your competition, who shows up every single day is always going to beat you out, because they show up whether they're motivated, they show up whether they're tired, they show up whether they're sleep deprived. No matter what, they're always there. And another idea that I like to remind myself of is, let me just get it out the way, right? I don't feel like posting today, but I know I have to hit my target of videos posted per week. Let me just get it out the way. I'm not gonna leave it until, the last day when I have motivation to post 2 or 3 videos. Let me just do it now. Boom, quick, 10-minute video, 11, 12-minute video, and get it out the way. And this reminds me of, and you guys will definitely relate to this, think back to when we were younger. Not even when we're younger, if you're in high school, if you're still in school, some type of school. Think of the time, but we used to do this more often when we were younger. Think of the time you'd get a project, let's say in 8th grade, a relatively big project or assignment, and the teacher would be like, hey, you guys, the due date is in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. You look at the project, you're like, okay, cool. I have time to reach to finish this project or this assignment. So let me just chill today. let me chill tomorrow, let me do it tomorrow, I don't feel motivated today, oh, I don't feel motivated the next day, oh, I feel tired too, and you're giving yourself excuses until you have like 1 week left to submit that assignment. And then this pressure kind of mounts up and you get a little bit frustrated and resentful towards that assignment, towards that teacher. Like, fuck that bitch, why'd you give me this assignment? You know what I'm saying? But realistically, it is your fault because you're the one that didn't start off on that early and get it and work on it when you didn't feel like it, when you weren't motivated. We would tell ourselves, oh, I'm gonna get motivated, I'm gonna get all these ideas in like a week or two, and then I'm gonna be able to do an assignment, boom, at one go. And then eventually you're full of resentment, like you do it on the last day and you turn it in, it's not as good as, you know, you would have hoped for, and you think back and you're like, damn, I wish I still did it even during those days when I didn't feel like it. Because it would have been a much more chill process, I would have been much more able to focus on it better, I would have produced my best work, right? So think about this, even that kind of correlates to where we're at now. The days where you feel motivation, when you don't feel motivation, you say, eventually I'm gonna get the motivation and then do it. Eventually, you're gonna keep dragging it and dragging it and dragging it until you see that, hey, I haven't posted in so long, I haven't gotten results in so long. And then you get resentful towards this goal that you want to achieve. And then you get a little burst of motivation and you post a bunch of videos and you're like, damn, I did all that, I didn't get any results. And then you get more pissed. You know what I'm saying? So this is an experience that we've gone through previously, but in a different form. So the kind of overall message here clearly is understanding that it is okay and normal to not feel motivated. It is completely fine. We're humans, right? You wake up some days and you don't feel like doing anything. You just want to stay in bed all day. Everyone goes through that. The greatest, most disciplined people out there, most successful throughout history and even now in the present, always had times where they felt a lack of motivation. But if you simply, and I know it's kind of crazy to say, but if you simply operate like a machine, even when the motivation isn't there, understand that, hey, the what I'm going to produce is not linked to my motivation. As long as I just do it, and I put my motivation, my feelings to the side, all of that, and I just get through this and post it, boom, I'm good. And then I can think about my lack of motivation after. And this is so crucial to understand, to think about, especially when you're a beginner YouTuber, because this is the point in time where 50, 60, 70% of people quit. That first or second or third, even if you last that long, lapse or drop off in motivation, then you start to really think deeply about, is this worth it? Should I even do this? There's so many other people on YouTube who are better than me. There's that guy just got lucky and went viral. Ignore all of that. You need to reduce the static and the noise in your head, and the emotions in your head. Eliminate everything and put that goal or the thing you need to do in a bubble. And say, hey, I need to burst this bubble as fast as possible. That's all you think about. I need to burst this bubble, I need to make this video, I need to do that photo shoot, whatever. I need to do it as fast as possible, get it out the way quickly. That's exactly what I did with this video. I'm literally practicing everything I'm preaching to you guys. I've been posting that for 3 to 4 months, and this is one of those days where I didn't feel like making this video. It's rainy out, I'm tired, I went to the gym earlier and had a hard workout. I just want to lay down and watch something on TV, but I told myself I need to reach this goal. And on days where I don't feel motivated, I need to work and I need to post that video. Because another thing, think about this, is YouTube really as hard as we make it seem? Is recording that video really as hard? You really need motivation to record that video? And you just put the camera down, you turn on your light and you just talk shit to the camera. You say whatever it is that you wanted to say. And then you close the camera and then you go and edit it for like 30, 40 minutes and then post it. We're acting like it's a genuinely not that difficult of work. Think back to 200, 300, 400 years ago. Think about the amount of work people had to put in just to eat. And compare it and then think about that and be like, I'm really feeling unmotivated to just post a YouTube video. Anyways, guys, just record. When you don't feel like it, those are the times that really matter. You know what? Mark those days where you didn't feel like recording, you still got yourself up to record, as a testament to, hey, I worked through the feelings of low motivation. And then when it comes up again, understand that, hey, I performed all those other times and I can do it again. Thank you guys for watching. Record that video, post that video. Doesn't matter if we're just starting out, doesn't matter if we're beginners. We're gonna kill it this year. 2023 is our year. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.